which is all it's worth. Unless you stay emotionally, so the guys, the astronauts, I got to interview several of them, right? Think of that. They went out and they competed. They wanted to be an astronaut, right? You had a version of that. If I want to be a business owner, whatever it was you had, and they beat everybody, right? Tens of thousands of people. They got down to 100, down to 25, down to 6, down to the guys that go to the moon, right? And they get a rocket that's built by the cheapest bidder, brought together on their back, and they shot them out into the moon with technology that's far less than what's on your phone right now. And they walk on the moon. They look back and see that image. You and I have seen it. They took blue-green of the Earth, but that was them seeing it. And they make it back and survive. They splash down. They have a ticker tape parade. They shake the president's hand. Now, what the fuck do you do after you've walked on the moon for adventure?
Yeah, right.
Like it's like you're 35 and you walked on the moon. What do you do? And most of them became alcoholics and drug addicted.
Yeah.
And the reason is they forgot how to find that joy or that adventure in a smile. And so you have trained yourself to be pain equals success, and success has a certain amount of value, but fuck happiness. You have literally hypnotized yourself into missing it because you weren't feeling fulfilled. So the idea that these people keep telling you, I would tell you is true. And I'll just give my own experience. We're not the same person, but maybe it'll be instructive. I don't know. So I don't know, maybe 10 years I found myself in a place where it's like, I love my life. I couldn't be more fulfilled than this. I have the most incredible wife. I have the most incredible kids. I want to be an athlete and make it. Right behind you, I have like 6 national championship rings from different teams that I own or that I help to coach and turn around. I'm working with the greatest athletes in the world, the greatest business people in the world. I'm having fun. I've got homes all over the world. There's nothing what else can make me fulfilled? I mean, this is it. I can't be any more. I'm not complaining. But then there's some part of me like you that was hungry for more still. You wouldn't be asking me that question unless there was part of you that wants a hunger for something called happiness or wants something besides just duty, or you wouldn't ask me. So, and I'm not telling you I have the answer, but I'll tell you what it was for me. It's like the same these people told you is me. I've always was contributing, same as you. I've been doing it since very little. But I started saying, you know what I'm going to do? I want to do some moonshots in that area. I know how to scale businesses. I've grown businesses from nothing up to 12 billion. It's like in those days it was like 4 billion. Like, what would really get me going? And at that point, I've been feeding people since I was a kid. When I was 11 years old, we had no food on Thanksgiving. Somebody came, delivered food, changed my life. It made me believe strangers care, so I cared about strangers. And I started 2 families, 4 families. I got to 1 million, 4 million. So at this point, I've been feeding people for 37 years. So I called my foundation, how many people have I fed in my lifetime? And they said 42 million. I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. But I had no association to it. I felt good about it, but I was doing it, all these different ways. I was like, there's so much pain out there. I'm going to feed 1 billion people in the next 10 years. It took 37 years to do 42 billion. I started out by saying, well, what if I did as many people I've done in my lifetime in the next 10 years? What if I did as many people in my lifetime in 1 year? And then I was like, what if we did 100 million people in a year? What if we did 100 million people a year for 10 years and did 1 billion meals right here in the United States? And I got so ignited by that, Alex. That it was more than, it wasn't money, it wasn't business, it wasn't success, it wasn't, okay, there's a system. It was like, I have to rip apart. If it took me 37 years to 42 million, to go to 1 billion is going to require me to think differently, come up with strategy different, be different, and to think of 1 billion lives. That number somehow brought a different level of life. It's kind of like Kennedy saying, we're going to go in this decade and we're going to land on the moon and bring a man back to the earth. And all the guys at NASA are like, bullshit, right? This is not going to happen, right? We don't have technology to do it. I don't care. This is what we're going to do. There's something about building a moonshot for contribution outside of what you've done in business. And I said I'd do it in 10 years. I did it in 8 years.